Hey everybody, it's Kathy P. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a series titled Problematic YouTubers. And trust me, there is no shortage of content out there. I could do days and days, weeks of videos because it's just that much. There is that much shady shit going on in these YouTube streets and has been for a while. It's crazy. It's just unbelievable. We got creators out there like Molly Golightly, LB, Justice for All, Amber, John Yates, Steve McRae, All About the Team, mod148, and of course, Without a Crystal Ball, and we got to throw Charlotte in there on the web at the bottom, even though she's working her way up with some of the antics she's pulling lately. But, these creators have tried to ruin people, they have attacked people, they have doxed people, they have threatened, harassed, had people incited hate with their followers to go attack and harass, to make hundreds of phone calls to police and CPCs and everything else. It's just gotten so far out of hand. And then you got the chroma community where you got one creator trying to edit pictures so you can get a better view of a young teenager's body, which was so disrespectful and such an insult to her and her family. It was disgusting to even do something like that. Then you got another creator, like Molly, who is admitted to starting her channel because she was attacking a victim, and she has relentlessly attacked Shanann Watts. And look at what you did with the Gabby story, the Gabby Petito story, and the laundries, and Summer Wells. I mean, it's just off the chain. The hate this woman incites. And then you've got followers that swindle, or creators that swindle their followers. They're serious grifters, and there's plenty of evidence of that, and we'll get into that more in the video. And then you got creators that stalk, I mean literally stalk other creators. They stalk every little thing they post. Every time they breathe, I swear, and every second of their life is about this creator, and video after video, and there's several creators that do it, and it's just, the obsession is real. I mean, there is no way I'm going to give someone that much power over my life, and no one's going to live in my head rent free like that. I mean, I'm not trying to be, yeah, I am. You just never give anybody that much power over your own life. I'm just sorry, especially someone you've never met that you only know through YouTube or Twitter or Facebook. It's insane. But anyway, we're going to get to it and get into this first video. But I do want to say there is one other thing that really bothers me, is that there allegedly was some as harassment against a creator by another creator, and that even an RO had to be taken out. Now that's just gone too far, and that's when the creator responsible should not be a creator anymore, because you should not have a platform like this. And this is proven history, it is proven history about the creator I'm speaking of. Some of you know who it is, but later on in the series you're going to find out, because that's going to be a big part of a video. But other than that, we're going to, give it a listen. If you like, hit the like button, subscribe, but stick around, watch my video. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get into this video. As I said, the series is about problematic YouTubers, and this star of this video is none other than John Yates. And there's a few problematic YouTubers I might have left out before, like Bullhorn, Betty, and Dolly. You're not out of the loop. But let's get back to John Yates. Anyway, John has done a lot. I mean, this man has made so many racial comments and slurs, and it's just insane. I mean, there's video after video showing this, and then he tries to do this anymore. I was just saying what she said, or trying to say he wasn't saying it, and that he said it because he was repeating someone's comment. It doesn't make it okay. And the way he talks to women, oh, just the way he talks to people is unbelievable. And his followers put up with it and keep going back. This man has allegedly lied about having cancer. He's lied about an attempt on his life by himself. And there's proof of this. There's proof that he has lied about cancer. That he said he had it, but then he didn't. But then for 6 years he suffered from it because he thought he did, but he didn't. It's crazy. He has swindled his followers. And yeah, he's what I would call a grifter. Big time. Yeah. I mean, there's proof out here about him swindling his followers about some type of loan, over $21,000 involved in all this swindling going on, and grifting, getting sympathy and all these sympathy super chats because he, had an attempt on, he attempted to unalive himself, supposedly. But you'll see through this video that none of that there's evidence out there that says exactly the opposite. But you make up your own mind. I'm just gonna show you what has happened. But Down the Rabbit Hole News has done several good videos, with some of this stuff with John Yates and all about the tea, Monica Slash, Kenya, mod148, and of course his husband Cody. And there's a few others. The Amber Channel was involved in many of these things. But yeah, it gets crazy. But this video is him saying that he didn't do any of this, and everybody else is lying, and he just wants to show all these receipts and stuff. But I've got video to show what he's saying isn't true. But so let's just get into this. And again, this is just fair use, just my opinion.
But if I had to defend or prove everything they said, I'd be doing that every second I was awake. So especially with with me being in the hospital back in June for what I did to my arms. That's the big hot topic that I made that up. That I'm a scammer. This, that, and the other. So,
well, John, there's kind of a lot of receipts out there saying it wasn't what you made it out to be. I mean, there's some real concrete proof here, John, that I'm going to be showing here in a little bit. Not just by the police, but by your husband and others. But we'll get into that.
today, good old YB. I don't understand this man's infatuation with me, and I never will. It's like the same thing with Home Depot Jen. Like, Home Depot Jen's husband left.
I'm trying to get through
Yes,
some of this.
my keys.
I'm trying to get through.
But
I'm
he didn't have
not
his
good at the
sneakers
editing
on, so
yet.
I put my keys this on full so you
Okay,
can
now
read
we'll
it.
get
There you
into
go.
it. Sorry about that. I'm just really trying to learn this editing. I'm an old goat. Be patient. But now we're going to get into him defending himself.
So, Mr. YB, the harbinger of truth. Now listen to this. Listen to this. It's been confirmed, not I have a theory or an idea. It's been confirmed this morning that John Yates drove his vehicle to Mavis Discount Tire in Toms River early in February 2022 to get 4 tires replaced for routine service. There were no slash tires. Despite his claims that his vehicle needed to be towed there, it wasn't. Now, guys, mind you, Yahoo is confirming this. It's not. This is confirmed in his books, just like he confirmed that I scammed a suicide attempt. But it gets better.
Oh, it gets a lot better. John, it gets a lot better. But, dude, you put everything on your Instagram and on YouTube. If someone would have slashed all of your tires and two of Cody's tires, you would have had that plastered everywhere. I'm. We'll go on with the video so I can comment a little bit more about this. Don't want to get too far ahead. He's funny.
There were no slash tires despite his claims that his vehicle needed to be towed there. It wasn't. He had all 4 tires replaced and his car battery changed. He duped a hag into paying for all of it by claiming he was a victim. He wasn't. He just needed new tires and found an excuse to have someone pay for it.
Okay, hags are referring, I'm assuming, to his followers. But yes, there is receipts out that he was given a lot of money, and that's where all this is about. But the tires being slashed, yeah. Um, I think it was maintenance, but let's go.
The old tires had no slash marks in them. He had a full service 4 tires and wheel balance done. As for the towing idea, Julie told someone prior to John's public claims that his vehicles were towed impounded due to not moving the vehicles by the order of the city. I don't even know where they get this shit from. With the snowstorm incoming, perhaps subconsciously, he found that as a means to connect to a way to scam his followers.
You know, about the snowstorm thing, that makes sense because they do want you to move your vehicle so they can plow the roads. And you needed a battery. So your car didn't start. Do I think you had bad tires? You yourself say that you ran them ragged for 2 years. Supposedly you and Cody. But I think you're really kind of telling on yourself here when you're not trying to. But, in just my opinion, I think there was no slash tires. That's not the idea. The idea is you needed a battery and your car wouldn't start.
There are no photos of the tire slash because it never happened. Further, the amount scammed on that grift was around 2,000 and loads of sympathy. Julie Fraud 148 was in on the scam.
Oh yeah, mod148 is deep in this. Deep in this.
Can you believe this fucking guy?
No, don't believe you, John.
Can you believe this guy? Now I'm going to read it again because now it gets fun.
He's gonna go over it again. That's painful.
It's been confirmed this morning. So it's confirmed. He is absolute truth. This is what's happened. That John drove his vehicle to Mavis Discount Tire in Toms River early February 22 to get 4 tires replaced for routine service. There were no slash tires. Despite his claims that his vehicle needed to be towed there, it wasn't. He had all 4 tires replaced and his car battery changed. He duped a hag into paying for it by claiming he was a victim. He wasn't. He just needed new tires and found an excuse to have someone pay for it. The old tires had no slash marks in them, blah, blah, blah. As for the towing idea, Julie told someone prior to John's public claims that his vehicles were towed impounded due to a moving the vehicle in order by the ordinance of the city. So now let's have fun with this.
Yeah, let's
Ready
have
for
some
this?
fun.
And this is why I pick and choose my battles.
Well, the one you're gonna pick out of this whole statement is actually observed to me because out of all the things that were stated in here, you picked the one least important of all. But okay.
So I'm going to drop. Oh, wait. And then he tags. He tags,
I'm trying to get through it here a little
or make
faster.
these bullshit posts and lie about it. Keep going. YB, you can shove your confirmation up your ass. As you can see, on January 28th, I used my Geico roadside assistance to tow both my cars to Mavis since all 4 tires were split on mine and 2 of Cody's. But Yahoo's saying they weren't towed, and he confirmed it. He confirmed it, guys. Guys, he confirmed it. It's absolute truth and fact.
John, out of everything that was said in that statement by you, being accused of lying about cancer, about scamming out of money, your followers out of money, sympathy, swindling, grifting, which you did do many times. You picked the car being towed. You faked an attempt on your life for sympathy super chat money. I mean, it's the receipts are out there on what you were sent and how you got that loan. But wow, and you pick the towing. Okay, you pick your battles.
And I said, while the cars were there, the mechanic said that I needed other repairs, which I did as we used our cars relentlessly Ubering the last 2 years, which you guys know that me and Cody Ubered like every day for 2 years, and there's a lot of wear and tear on the car because of that. So we needed some extra shit done.
And just in my opinion, it sounds like you guys were having some bad weather. It was winter. You probably hadn't been using your car much. You just said you ran it ragged for 2 years, so you probably needed new tires. It wasn't that they were slashed, because I still believe you'd have pictures and videos posted everywhere of that if that's what the case was. Either that or maybe y'all did it to each other. I don't know. The way you two get on these drunken rants and rages, anything's possible. But you know, I let's just keep going.
And while they were there, I'm like, well, yeah, I would fix it. I mean, you know.
And it had to have a new battery, so maybe your car wouldn't even start, and it would you were getting ready to have a major storm. So convenient time to get money out of people.
If it's going to get worse, you don't want to wait till the last minute because it's going to charge you a whole lot more.
Well, apparently you did.
I
With
was
the tires
even
and
live
battery.
when it happened. And that day, when the tow truck came on January 28th, I was live when they showed up. I don't know if I still have it up on my YouTube,
I'll
which
try to get
live it
through
is, but
some of this.
let me see. Let me finish reading this and I'll see if I still have it up. I was even live.
But you dox yourself. You
when
put
it happened.
everything out
And
there.
it came straight from my checking account, not from someone's credit card, as you wrongly claim. Now grow the fuck up and stop being a creepy stalker, pulling up shit from months ago and calling repair shops. I mean, this is January. We're in October, pretty much. This is almost a year ago now.
Yeah, and the receipts are all coming out. The proof has been all coming out. That's why it's up. Everyone knows what you've done. So it doesn't matter because you keep it going as well. I mean, yeah.
Your infatuation with me is sick, and you need to be in the psych ward. And since Christy Denver, well, I know, I showed that to Christy. I'm like, I showed it to Julie. I'm like, look how much we just had to pay for the car. Julie showed it to Christy. Christy gave it to him. I don't know where Christy Denver is, but she is not well. And Christy, since I know it was you who gave him this story, you should get a bed next to him. Oh, and just for fun, you could see my rent check for $1,300, which was also debited since you all are saying that
Yeah, there's been receipts shown where he did get several months rent covered by his sympathy begging about this attempt on his life and the fake cancer and all. It's just endless.
don't pay my rent. And I re-tagged everybody that he tagged in the first post. I didn't have the ring cam, Lisa, and I didn't take pictures then, and I didn't even tell anybody about it until after it happened.
That's what I mean, John. You put everything on Instagram and YouTube. Everything. I mean, you even put these pictures on about your attempt on your life, which are very questionable. But you put out many pictures of that. But you're not going to put out pictures or take video of slashed tires? Okay. Okay.
Just got them towed. Nobody knew. We got the cars towed.
That's what I mean. You don't keep anything to yourself. Whether it's made up in your head or it's not, you don't keep anything to yourself. There's no way you wouldn't have shared this all over the place to get more sympathy and views. Come on.
That was it. I didn't ask anybody for help or nothing. I was
Oh,
bitching to
you
Julie
always are
about it.
asking. I remember a statement you made. Oh, don't send me flowers. Send me candy or money because you don't have no use for flowers. Yeah, and there's plenty of videos of proving otherwise, John.
Was all. So here you go. And we didn't have the ring cam set up until the summertime.
But you're always on your phone. You always are on Instagram posting stuff. You would have took pictures. I'm sorry, but any of you guys watching, if you are familiar with this YouTuber, you know what I'm talking about. There's no way this guy would have let pass and kept it quiet, not told a soul that all his tires were slashed and two of his husband's tires were slashed. They would have spun that. So, kind of starting to agree with this. YB might have a point here. Just saying.
I mean, they were all flat.
That doesn't
I
mean
mean,
they
like,
were slashed. You
I
just
don't
said
know.
you ran your car for 2 years
How do you
ragged.
even show that? So, and here you go.
I think you need to stuff under your car and you found a way to get it paid for.
Here's my towing. Now Yahoo said, and let's not forget, let's go back to the Yahoo. Yahoo had said that there is no, despite his claims that his vehicle needed to be towed there, it wasn't. Oh, it wasn't? And as for the towing idea, Julie told someone prior to John's public claims that the vehicles were towed impounded due to not moving because of a city ordinance. So what is this? What is this here? Right? What is this right here?
Why are you obsessed about the towing? That's the least of what is going on here. But that's the one thing you pick out and obsess over. Um, I think there's more to it than what you're even saying. I'm leaning more towards YB because YB Entertainment's pretty cool. Go check them out. But yeah, it just doesn't add up, John.
This is my Geico roadside assistant on January 28th while we were live. We had both cars towed. So now what? What now what? How's that taste?
Why did you need both cars towed? I understand one of it, they had 4 flat tires and it wouldn't start because it needed a battery. But didn't you have spares that you could have put on the other car? It's like I said, I'm not doubting because you do have a receipt here. Were they towed from your house, or were they towed from the city garage to your mechanic? I don't know. That's a possibility, I guess, because there was a snowstorm coming. You knew you had to move your vehicles off the road. Uh, But I don't care. Let's move on. You're so obsessed with just the towing part.
But guys, don't forget, he confirmed that we lied about the tow. Just like he confirmed that we lied about the tires being slashed, just like he confirmed that I
No, they said that you did replace your tires, but they didn't say they were slashed. And you would have posted that all over the place.
scamming people for a fake suicide.
That's true.
So there you go, right there.
There are some receipts coming up about that too.
On my community tab on my page.
Oh,
Can you guys give me a fucking minute to explain before you want to jump? January 28th,
you're
January
such a nice
28th.
guy.
Both cars towed from our house. And there'd be no
guy.
other reason for a double tow like that.
You're obsessed with
I was
this
live
towing.
when it happened. So there are my cars being towed to the repair shop.
Yeah, there's some more behind that, John.
Now, how do I get to the next picture? There is the amount that I paid.
Interesting.
$2,454.50. And that came from my checking debit card. Okay? So yeah, there's Mavis, Tom's River, blah blah blah. The final sale was 2/3/22. when I paid when the cars were ready. Because to the idiot who just said 4 days for tires, no, we brought them in, and then the cars needed other repairs. So it took a couple of days for them to do it. They had to order parts. Why? Because no one has ever gone to a mechanic and they needed to order a part before and wait. Am I the only person that's ever happened to? And lastly, here's my checking account. How do I get this bigger? How do I get this bigger? How do I get this bigger? No, I can't enlarge this. Hold on.
Please do. Hurry up.
Why can I enlarge that?
But, you know,
I'll just show you myself.
Keep playing with these pictures.
So on the third thing is my checking account. I guess I could stop sharing the screen now with this.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, John, do you not understand? All that shows is that your battery was dead, so chances are your car didn't start, and it could have been towed to the city garage, and you could have had it towed to Midas from there or whatever. I don't even care. But look, all that shows is that yes, you paid with the money out of your account, but that money that you used allegedly came from your followers. In fact, there's receipts showing how much money these followers gave you and loaned you. And so you're not really clearing yourself, because when you're sent super chats or PayPals or Cash Apps or whatever, you transfer that into your account. So, yeah.
And I'll show you on camera.
Now what are you going to show us?
Hold on. Okay. Oh, actually, I think I have it on my Instagram. I'll pull it up that way, so I'll use my...
Sure, yeah, dude. You put everything out there.
Instagram.
But you don't want to...
Because I reposted it on my official account, too.
Your official.
John Yates official.
Sorry, it's taking so long here.
And then...
Dead space. I need to learn to talk more.
Okay. Share screen again. Oh, no. It's everyone's business. This is everyone's business now.
Kind of is, because you keep putting it out there to everyone.
Share screen. Yep. Share screen.
And you keep drawing people in.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Share.
You're making
so here you can see, right here, John M. Yates, that's my checking account. On 2/4.
John.
Oh, wait, we'll get to that 1 second. 2/7 debit card purchase. It was charged on 2/3. Right there, Mavis Tire, Toms River, New Jersey, $24.54.50. The same exact amount that came right from my checking account. So how's that taste? There you go. And by a happy surprise, you could see that my rent check 194 on 2/4 was cleared for $1,300 on time. I gave her a check on the 1st, and it cleared on the 4th for $1,300, because that's also going around that I don't pay my rent ever.
John, this proves absolutely nothing. I mean, you had to transfer the money these followers gave you into your account. And yeah, it's been around that you were months behind. Hey, I'm not shading you for having money problems, issue problems. Everybody does sometime in their life. I mean, everyone's been behind here and there. It happens. But it's how you got their help is what's messed up, dude. Seriously. But this just proves that, yeah, you paid for it out of your account, but that money in your account, there's receipts out there showing where it came from.
But this guy he confirmed it. Just like he confirmed I was faking suicide.
Well, we got some video clips on that too, there, John. It puts that into serious question.
And do you see how this works now? Do you get it?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Do you get it? How this guy's a liar and will
Oh.
lie about anything? Oh, those are my keys. Sorry.
Back to the
I'm
bank
gonna go
statement.
through the
Rather
pictures here,
look at
but
the
there you
keys.
go.
I'd
There's
rather
my
look at the
checking
keys.
account. You can see it plain as day, 24.50,
And that amount about adds up, matches up to some of these women that have come forward with receipts about the money they sent you and why.
on 2/7, Mavis Tire. And then there's my rent as a happy coincidence on 2/4 because they're
Just so
saying I haven't
happy
paid my rent in over a
coincidental.
year, 1,300.
Yeah.
So you lost twice on that one.
Okay. He's really full of himself. I don't know what you think that proved, John.
So do you get it now?
No.
These people will stop at nothing to try and ruin me, to try and get people away from me, to ruin my reputation.
What? These people? John, you get all drunk and hide up, and you get on YouTube and you rant and rave for hours. You attack people, you cuss people out, you threaten people. You have threatened numerous times to harm yourself. The police have been sent to you, been called to your home many times. You do dramatic things and then want sympathy. But the way you behave, you ruined your own reputation. You and Cody get all drunked up and hide up, and you get on here and you act like idiots. I mean, this is just my opinion, so. But come on, dude. Don't be blaming other people. You're doing this behavior. You're the reason all this stuff is going on. I mean, and you know what proof is out here because I'm getting ready to play some of it. But let's go.
Do whatever they can, and they present it as fact. Like Yahoo said, it has been confirmed. The cars were never towed.
Okay, here he's back on out of everything out of there. He's still fixated on that the cars were towed or weren't towed. Who cares about the cars being towed? There's more to that story that you're not saying, and I think if you put out what your friend had said and what you're saying and then what YB's saying, you pick it and you'll find that there's some behind that. Like I said, that car could have been towed from the city garage. It could have been to your place because it wouldn't start because it needed a battery and had 4 flat tires. Flat tires. I didn't see anything on the thing that said they were slashed. You just keep saying that. And you showed no evidence, but you showed proof of everything. I mean, you take pictures of everything, even your wrist. I mean, sorry if that's alarming to anybody, but yeah, only arms. I mean, not even the wrist. It was the arms. It was ridiculous. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But let's move on. Sorry, I'm ranting.
According to him. Well, according to my Geico roadside assistance, that says differently.
Oh, wow.
We had him towed. I was on a live. Let me see. Let me go back to January 28th, what I was doing that day. Let me see if I have it up. And I'll wait and listen to the first half of this conversation. You would have heard the combo. So.
Oh, you've got to listen to this. This is how he's speaking to one of his followers who came into the chat late, who came into the live late. And this is how he always speaks to women, especially, and to his followers. And they put up with it. They come back for more. I don't get it. But listen carefully to what he says to her.
Next time, try not to be so late. And then when you are late, don't be a bitch in the comments.
Excuse me.
Of course, my husband gets more attention. God, I love people. You must be one of Yahoo's friends.
Did you hear? He called her a B. He told her not to be a B in the comments, all because she asked what she missed because she got in late. And he starts on, and he says that. Just the way he just talked to her is unbelievable. Unbelievable. But we're getting ready to go into shout out to Shorel's World and Perry. I love them. The great channel. Go over and watch it. But we're going to go into one of her lives. I'm going to show you some of the live where there's some proof how he's claiming that he had an attempt on his life and everybody's lying about him. Well, I'm getting ready to show you some proof that's out here, and you make up your own mind. But in my mind, I think it was fake. But there's plenty of proof coming up. But watch this. We'll get into it with Cheryl's World here.
Bring you the latest. Go ahead, Perry.
Huh? Go ahead. I mean, should I go ahead and just like give him a copy of this?
No, not okay. So
Okay.
this is what happened. So last night, John claims that we get this what do you call it? A posting from John from on John's site, allegedly from Julie, saying that you guys are going to get what you want. So they went live the same time that we were live, and they announced that John tried to take his life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they want everyone to have compassion and understanding. Well, I'm not going to believe it right away because this is his second attempt of faking that he's taking his life. He does it for money. Okay, when his back is up against the wall, he pretends like he's either he'll take his life, he'll say he has cancer. This one page, he'll go missing. He does these stunts for money.
And unfortunately, if you go back and check over the years, yep, this is pretty much what he's done. And there's some evidence coming up here that I think is pretty good.
And he's needing money right now. He mentioned it on his videos that he's not making any money because people are getting tired of his mess. So we start investigating. Did you drop the link for Amber?
I'm gonna drop it right now.
Okay. She said she's here. Drop the link.
Okay, I just dropped
Okay.
it.
So somebody called and did a welfare check on John. They called the actual police station to see if he was okay. The police station said, we checked on him at 5:30. He was well and live.
Hey,
Hi,
Amber.
Amber. This is so good. I can't believe it's happening.
Yeah.
So play the first tape, Perry, where they're confirming that we've seen him. There's nothing wrong with him. He's at home, not
Okay,
at a
hold on.
hospital. Oh, and I have to say this part. Usually, when you try to take your own life, not usually, this is how it works. When you try to take your own life, they make sure that you are physically okay. Once you're okay and stable, they automatically transfer you to the psych ward where they hold you a minimum of 72 hours. And that makes sense because
And she's correct about that. If he truly attempted to take his own life and actually did injure himself, that's the police would have had to take him in for an eval. I mean, that's just how it is. So, but let's get into it. It's gonna get good here.
if you just try to take your own life, you're not emotionally stable. Why would they send you home to go try it again? It makes no sense. So we knew he was lying, but having the officer confirm it, this is the first time. This is the first call. Go ahead, Perry.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, play the first tape and then I'll explain this.
Can I help you? Yes, I have a friend who is threatening to commit suicide. And I'm just going to go out and check on him, make sure he's okay. Yeah, address 203 DuPont Avenue. What's his name? John Michael Yates. They were out with him last night. Is he okay? I can't disclose any information. If you want to talk to the officers that responded, you can call back after 8 o'clock tonight. But they did speak with him yesterday. Or last night, or like first thing this morning, like 5:30 this morning. They made contact with him. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. That's all. You're welcome. Did you hear anything like currently? Like, did he make any threats like recently, or was it all before 5:30 last night or this morning? It was before 5:30. Okay, then yes, they've spoken with him. Okay, I'll make sure that gets out. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye bye.
Now,
Okay.
Amber was the first one to drop that information. They're talking to dispatch.
Yes.
I don't see why the police would lie for John Yates.
And there you have it. The police spoke with him. He was fine. But it gets even better. Let's keep watching.
They said
Well-
he is. Go ahead.
No, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't see why they would, and they won't.
They won't.
Here's the other thing. Okay,
No, the police are not going to lie for John Yates.
so recently, Julie on John Yates'
Mod
page
148 again.
put up a story. John just called me. We did a live on his IG.
Oh,
First of
God.
all, not one person that follows him that I know got any notification. None of a live that ever started.
Okay.
So she goes on to say, we did an IG so he could let everyone know how he is, but the trolls reported him. They got on it so fast. They reported that live so fast. Not nobody got a notification of his live going. Second of all,
Okay, wait a minute. He's supposed to be having a mental evaluation done after an attempt on his life, and he's doing an Instagram live with Julie Mod 148. No, because you wouldn't have a phone, because you don't get no outside contact, and that's standard.
you're not going to get a phone in your hands.
Nope.
Exactly. If your wrists are slit,
Right.
how can you hold a phone? Go
Right.
ahead. Sorry.
Okay. You could have had
that
your
was a little
proof. His
graphic.
nurse spoke too. So again, you're saying that he went so far that his nurse spoke too, right? But nobody has a copy of it.
Okay, number one, if John Yates was going live, he'd have sent out a notification to anybody and everybody he could. Number two, he wouldn't have a phone in a psychiatric hold. And number three, his nurse wouldn't go live on Instagram with him. Come on, are they for real? And people were buying this? Wow, okay.
No one recorded this live. Reddit doesn't have a copy of it. Nobody is
'Cause
posting
the live never
verification
happened.
proof that someone recorded this live that nobody has notification of. BS.
Reddit don't miss nothing.
Then she goes on to say he's being moved to a psychiatric facility tonight. He said the hospital on Route 37, Tom's River. Why are you giving out all this information? Throw people off.
This is the
getting
same
a lot-
woman.
I mean, they went deep with this lie. They, in my opinion, it's a lie. They went deep with this, I should say, story. Let me correct that. But they went deep with this.
Said she was dying of kidney failure, and she ended up admitting she was lying and said, "Oh, it was a false diagnosis." Please.
Oh, yeah. This girl, this lied about having this kidney disease and being so sick and being terminal. And here it was, she never had it. It was all a lie. That's why she's with John. They're two of a kind.
But she says he said the hospital. How would he know that the hospital is getting a lot of calls? They're not going to tell him that to put worry on him. He is on a restricted list, and they can't discuss with anyone but Cody. In other words, don't bother trying because he's not there.
Yeah, he's not there.
His new location will be the same way, so don't bother trying there either because he's not going to be there.
Yeah.
They have not told him how long his commitment will be, but it will be for a week for sure. He is anxious to get home with Cody and start working with the sergeant handling his case. He won't be able to call again for 24 hours after he is moved, but will call me when he can. He was so grateful for all your love and support. Again,
The sergeant handling his case, I'm not sure what they're referring to. It may be because his computer was confiscated, because which is going to be covered in the second part of the video. He was accused of threatening to take pictures of people's kids and put them on porn sites and stuff. So yeah, there's a whole thing going on about that, but I'll cover that in the second part of the video. Let's keep going with this.
why does this man, if he's going to a psychiatric facility, why does he have access to a phone, which is what sent him there to begin with?
Exactly.
He wouldn't have a phone in a psychiatric hold like that. With an attempt, no, he wouldn't have access to a phone. No outside contact, and they're not going to let him go on Instagram Live.
Media. So, Julie, you can keep going.
Excuse me.
Now, that same officer that John was so just so eager to show that showed up, gave him a card, because remember, everybody was going to jail that night. Give me her address. Give me her address. Guess what? The same freaking officer, Officer Hershey, that responded to
the night the lives they're talking about. That dude they were so drunked up, high up, they were ranting and raving, John and Cody. It was off the chains. And then they came back the next night and did the same thing. It was unbelievable. But they be partying hard. Real hard.
your call that night that you blame me for, just confirm that you were at home, sir,
Excuse me.
as of 5:30 this morning. The officer.
Wow.
Wow.
So now you're going to say that the officer.
Did you hear that? The officer confirmed that at 5:30 in the morning he was at home and safe and well. He had not done anything to himself.
Officer is lying.
So you talked to the actual officer, and he told
let's
you.
Play the tape.
Oh, you have it on tape. Well, I should have known. This is Amber. Go ahead, play the tape.
I didn't make the call, by the way.
No
I'm going to
comment
try
there.
to block out the name. Hold on.
Okay. What a liar. He goes through all of this schemes just to make money. But it gets
Oh,
worse
it's
than
on my
that.
earbuds. Hold on. I hate when I do
Yeah,
that.
that's what I think too.
What?
This is Jessica. I called earlier,
Okay, here we go.
and you called me back and I missed your call. I was wondering if you could tell me if you and the officer that went out and checked on John Yates did a welfare check on him either last night or this morning, and if so, is he okay or was he home or what's the deal?
Yes, ma'am. Myself and a fellow officer went out and checked on him this morning, and he was at home and he was okay.
Okay, so he has not harmed himself.
He has not harmed himself.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much.
He has not harmed himself.
Boom.
No, ma'am.
Wow. But he just said on the live that you just watched that everybody else is lying, not him. So you're telling me the police are lying? They were there. They actually physically saw you. And had you done anything to yourself or tried to, they would have taken you in. Wow. But yeah. And then I even have a little clip of him saying, because after all this happened, he did voluntarily go walk in himself. And he even says it's because he needed a break, not because. And then he didn't stay anyway. He left right away. And he even says it in his own words. No, he didn't stay. I mean, it's just a quick couple second clip, but you'll see it at the very end. But there's still some more to this. In case he's saying the cops are lying, we got his own husband who's got some things to say about it. Let's get back into this.
Wow.
A liar. A liar. But there's other evidence
Yeah,
besides
he's
that.
lying.
Do you see that website that Perry has up? It's called TV Shows.
You know, they put out this mod148 did this statement where she was hysterically crying, saying that he slit both wrists, he tried to kill himself, and they had to stitch him up, and it was bad, and he was in a pool of blood, and Cody found him, and all this. I've seen the pictures. Down the Rabbit Holes has them on her community tab. She didn't post them in her video either, and I'm not going to either. but I've seen all the different pictures that are floating around, and there's no sutures. There's no sign of being stitched. Um, he did have a cut up across his chest up there, but it wasn't deep enough to be stitched. But as far as his arms, um, they were up and down, like scratches, and he, from what I understand and from what I've seen out there, I don't know this, allegedly he's a cutter, and that's what it looks like. It looks like long scratches, like someone who self-harms does, but they definitely weren't slashed and stitched down at his wrist. They were way up on his forearm. They were up and down scratches, and that's just my opinion. But yeah, I've seen the pictures. And let's get back into this.
Ace. They reported that
They
John
need to take
Yates
my
had,
name and your name out of that damn article right now.
what's that?
They need to take your name, my name, and everybody else's name out of that article right now.
Our names are in the article?
Yeah.
No, I didn't read it yet. I just
yeah,
know
from
that
the
it was labeled John Yates Tate. What did
Oh,
they
no,
say?
Scroll down.
I can't. It's on Perry's.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
It's
they
there.
reported that John Yates took his life, right? I called them and said, this is not true. We have tape recordings from the officer saying that John is just fine. They hung up on me. They hung up.
Yeah.
No one knows. Everyone knows not to believe anything this thing puts out. But anyway, when you call someone and you tell them the truth, and they hang up on you, wow. But yeah,
I call my publicist. I tell my publicist to come
this
call
is
back.
funny.
They tell him, we know the information is false, but we just reported it anyway as it was reported to us by 148.
And there we have it with mod148 again. And you're going to find out that all about the T. Monica / Kenya is also deep in this, which she's been deep in a lot of things. Anybody knows about what's went down with her and reality stars with Housewives of Potomac and more, and what she's done to other bloggers. But yeah, let's just get back into this.
They know this information is false. So he has convinced some, but this is not a credited blog.
Oh, God, no. And personally,
I
if
mean,
you want...
these are just people that just love attention.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, personally, I feel this has a more Monica feel to me than
okay,
148.
that's
There
where
we go.
that's what I'm
All
going
about
to.
tea.
That's where I'm leading up
Monica
to. This is
/
all
Kenya,
a plan.
or
So
whatever
they
your real name
found
is.
out this morning that we didn't believe their story, and that there's a tape of the officer saying no, a dispatch first saying that he's perfectly fine. They don't want to look like the con artists that they are.
But they do. They seriously do. And this just makes it even worse. Because to put this out there after the proof's been shown in the policeman's own words that were there, in his husband's own words, in his own words, and then to put this out, yeah. That's lying and scamming. Sorry.
And then, I forgot this part. Oh, so they devised another plan. Let me get to that in a minute. Yesterday, Monica calls into Ann's blog and says, he's my best friend. I'm going to New Jersey right away to check on him in person, in the flesh.
Live and in person.
Live and in person. Now, you're giving yourself away, Monica. Kenya, you're just a bold-faced liar. You didn't have your All About the Tea logo up because you're trying to distance yourself because people are putting 2 and 2 together. One, no one's ever going to see your face again because you don't show your face because of your mischievous
She
deeds.
gets
You're just a
downright
con
hard
artist.
on 18,
Okay?
on All About
There's
the
so
Tea
many.
here.
This has Monica and John written all over it. It's another one of their scams for money. Monica doesn't want to come on camera because she doesn't want anyone to tie this to her new blog that she's doing.
Excuse me.
But Monica, your new blog is going to be just as corrupt as the old blog because you're a liar. And they
Ooh, she
came
goes
on the
hard.
Real Housewives of Potomac. They did a whole reunion calling you a liar. You're a liar and a crook. So now you guys are up to your old schemes. So they find out that no one's believing them.
And all that. There's some receipts out there backing up what Sherelle's saying all about the tea, Monica / Kenya. And yeah, she's been in cahoots with John, but she didn't go to New Jersey. That's so much bull. Okay.
And that Amber has this tape. So did they devise another plan? There's only 2 mental health facilities in New Jersey. One's called Barnabas and the other one's called Hamilton. I call Barnabas on tape. I just didn't have time to upload it. And I asked them, do they have a patient by the name of John Yates? They say no right away. No. Check back later. Maybe they just haven't arrived yet. We called the Hamilton. They tell me you need a code, which means I'm thinking John went and checked himself in. So I asked my cousin, who's a nurse, what is this code? And she said, only the patient can request that if someone asks if they're in this facility, that you have to get a pass from them. They don't want their information exposed. Why don't they want us to know that John's there? Because he probably just ran over there, checked himself in really quick, or made some kind of call about don't give out my.
There's actually a little clip, a video at the very end of this. I'm going to show you where John himself says he did just walk in, check in, but didn't stay because he didn't want to stay there without Cody. And he said he did it because he needed a break, but then he changed his. But there's a video clip, so there's some good info here.
Information, stuff like this. This has John's scheme written all over it.
1000%.
In the meantime, they're steady begging for money on Maria's channel. They just had Ash from 90 Day Fiance, the guy who was giving relationship seminars, which everybody walked out of because they said he was a crook. It didn't.
Who in their right mind would take mental health anything from Ash from 90 Day Fiance? Are you kidding me?
Feel right? Give advice on mental health. Okay,
yeah, no. Ash giving
John is
advice
going
on
over
mental
and
health?
beyond now to cover his tracks, to not make it appear that he's a bold-faced liar and a con artist. Because you know why? Because that looks bad. You already lied about cancer. Now you're lying about taking your own life. I'm not.
And it appears that way. It really appears that way from all this and what I'm getting ready to show you next. It appears that way.
Letting Kenya out of this. I'm tired of calling you Monica. That's not your real name, Kenya. Kenya, you are
this is all
just
about
as
the T /
evil.
Monica / Kenya. It's all one person. Okay, now this part of the video, and I know that Sherelle's World was a lot, but they do a lot. And this shows, this is Cody, John's husband. And watch closely at the very end. And it's a mic drop moment. He mic dropped himself. But he's going to rant and rave here about stuff, but he seems pretty drunk. But let's get into it.
All right. Well, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and start this. Obviously, as everybody knows, it's me. Hi, Cody. I just want to let you know, please, I am begging you, leave me and my damn husband alone. Please leave us alone. We're not talking about you. There's no reason for you to talk about us. So please.
Okay, they don't leave anybody alone, and they go on these drunk and hide up rants for hours on YouTube, hours, and on Instagram. So yeah, he seems like he's not feeling no pain in this. But let's get back into it because there's a lot to unpack here. I mean, this has just been a lot first part. I mean, how do you fake something like this and feel good with yourself? Let's just keep listening.
Just leave us alone, okay?
Just leave you alone.
Please. I'm not even going to read the comments or anything like that. I'm not answering anything. I just have like a couple
Can't
minutes
walk
that I
your
just
feet.
wanted to jump on here and just say what I want to say, okay? We came home. We ran to the store really quick today. We got, like cat food. We got dinner, this and that. Came home. Cops were here. Asked us a whole bunch of questions, this and that. They gave us names, this and that, blah, 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 whatever. But the cops were here again, as we've already stated before that they have been here from stupid, numerous, actions anyways.
Stupid? No. Numerous? Yes. You guys get on here and you're all drunked up and you rant and rave and you threaten people and John's threatened to harm other people and himself. Yeah, and you keep doing it. Let's keep back into it.
So, another thing that I want to say is that I am still sitting outside the hospital, okay? I am still sitting outside. I'm not allowed in. So, I'm in the parking garage. And I just want to... That's where I'm at. That's why it's so dark in here.
Why are you pushing the fact that you're sitting in your car in a parking garage if you know you can't go in and it's dark, and why are you sitting and why are you pushing that point? I wonder.
John was taken to the hospital by me. I drove him there personally, myself, because I don't know if it was because he was having a breakdown, a mental crazy attack, anxiety, asthma attack. I have no idea, but he could not breathe. I had to get him there because that's my world. That's my husband. So I have no idea. So also, like I said, I'm still waiting outside the hospital in the parking garage because I can't.
You know how he stresses the hospital because he got there for a second where he was. But yeah. It makes no sense that he's sitting in his car in a parking garage when he knows he can't go in.
Can't be in there. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because John left his phone inside the car and I had a...
Oh, wait a minute. He left his phone inside the car, yet mod148 did a live on Instagram with him and his nurse. So, how did he leave his phone in the car and still be able to do this live on Instagram? Because it never happened. He's not doing a live under a psychiatric hold within hours of being admitted and his nurse doing it with him. And now really he can't, since you have his phone in the car, in the parking garage at the hospital.
friend that told me and went step by step by step on how to get me through this, to actually do this. So I'm hoping that it's working. So guys, I'm sorry if it's not. I apologize. As you guys know, I have nothing to do with any of this. I don't know anything about it. So I'm sorry for that. They're showing me how to do this, so I'm doing my best. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm super sorry. I also want to address that Jen, as you guys all know,
oh, here we go.
She is a crazy psycho. There has been so many times that supposedly her husband has tried to talk to her,
this stuff doesn't
and she hasn't stopped. There's been times that her friends have tried to talk to her, and she has not stopped. She has not stopped. She is ongoing with the harassment. She cannot stop harassing us every single day. And if you see her page, you see it's nothing pretty much about us. And we're not doing anything to her.
What? You've never done anything to her? I think if you go back in time, you're gonna find some other things out that what you're saying isn't exactly factual. But let's get back to it, because this is more about what he's getting ready to mic drop himself on. It's good, guys. Listen up.
not doing anything to her. So why are you going to harass somebody like that? That's not doing anything to you. It just gets tiring. And then I also want to say that ever since Lita has put
Again,
my
someone else.
husband's number out there,
Oh, John
we
Doss
have
is
been getting
himself.
phone calls. We have been getting police called to our house. We have been getting...
You're getting police called to your house because you get on YouTube doing a live all drunked up and hide up, and you rant and rave and you threaten, and John threatens self-harm, he threatens me. That's why you're getting cops called, because of what you guys are doing. Come on.
death threats and nonstop text messages of people sitting here calling us. And
Well, if you're really getting death threats, that's crazy. You shouldn't be, even with your guys' behavior. I don't co-sign on that, but you cause all this.
not even saying nothing, but then they'll just call and pick up, and when we pick up the phone, because we're like, okay, well, who the hell is this now? They'll be like, I hope you die. Go fuck your mother. Like, this is what these people are saying to us.
And what have you done to these people? You've lied about cancer. You've lied about an attempt on your life. You've lied about a lot of things. You have swindled people. You've grifted. But anyway, let's get back into it.
Every single night, and this goes on until 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. We're trying to work also, just like regular human beings. Okay, so this is not stopping.
That's debatable.
Ever since that Lita put our number out there, so now we're getting all of these nasty text messages. Okay, and also John's mother committed suicide a long time before I knew John. Way before I knew John. He was like 9 years old. Okay, and for Jen to say that I wrote that fucking note, she's a sick fucking bitch.
Whoa.
She's a sick bitch. Okay? John actually, like, he was in the hospital for 6 months.
Okay, now you gotta listen close, because here in a couple seconds, he's gonna mic drop himself.
Okay? I'm sorry, but, like, it was bad. He slit his wrist. I'm sorry. That's what happened. And, I mean, that's when I met him, like, afterwards. And everything's been fine. It's been fine. I'm sorry, but, like, all I want to say is that...
No, you were there, Cody.
Really sum it up is that if anything fucking happens to my husband from all these people, I will go right to the fucking police and I will give them every single information that I have of everything.
You might not want to do that, because they might be interested in this swindling and grifting. A couple followers are stating it was loans, excuse me, that were given, and the line about, faking the cancer and faking this, and you may not want to give them everything.
That you guys have and said with your numbers and everything, because this is murder if anything happens to my husband. And I will definitely make sure that you are fully prosecuted to the full extent.
Okay, how is this murmur? John is still breathing, but anyway, how would this be? Okay, I'm really, yeah. You're off your speech here a little bit, but let's go.
And I will not stop until it happens, because enough is enough. And this is what you're doing to people. This is what you're trying to show all of, like, the younger people out there in the world. This is okay. This is not okay.
You're right. What you guys are doing is not okay. The lying and the faking cancer, are you kidding me? And faking an attempt on your own life just for sympathy, for views and clicks, to get sympathy super chats and get people to give you money so you can take care of your bills. Okay, you're right, it's not okay.
Okay? So,
Okay. Listen, guys.
that's all
it's
I have to
coming.
say. So,
Okay, now here comes the mic drop second. You gotta really listen.
bye. I know I fucked up on the 6 months. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry.
Now, you heard that, right? He is talking to John. John is outside the car with Cody while Cody is doing this because it was what he was saying, what John was telling him to say. And he just, now John's supposed to be in the hospital under a psych eval for an attempt on his life. And he's right there by the car with his husband. His husband said it. And now there was a part at the end of Sherelle's live where they said that he would have no choice now but to go and admit himself, to add credence to what he was saying. And he did that. And here's a couple second clip coming up where John says he voluntarily walked in there because he needed a break, but he wouldn't stay. He said no. So it wasn't about an attempt because, like I said, I've seen the pictures. Here, let's finish this up here.
That I was there because I actually wanted a break, and I wanted,
You should have took a break. Should have stayed at the hospital.
you know,
And you can faintly hear him say no because he didn't. He walked in to make it look good and then he left, not thinking that anybody would discover all of this. So it's just ridiculous off the chains what he's done. But there's so much more about him, and I have to do a second part to his video because I want to get into the swindling and the grifting because there's receipts out there to prove this money. And it's a lot. Like, I've seen like 21,000 maybe or more. Also about the racism, there's some stuff I want to show about some clips about him and his racist mouth. And of course, him lying about having cancer. But we'll get into that the second part of the video. I hope you guys liked it. Again, this is just my opinion. It's all fair use commentary. Hit the like button and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. I know it's a long video, but thanks for hanging with me. Bye.